Hey, good evening. Today's Bible study comes from Mark chapter 1, verses 21 through 28. And it goes as follows. They went to Capernaum, and when the Sabbath came, Jesus went into the synagogue and began to teach. The people were amazed at his teaching because he taught them as one who had authority, not as the teachers of the law. Just then a man in the synagogue who was possessed by an impure spirit cried out, "What do you want with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." "Be quiet," said Jesus sternly. "Come out of him." The impure spirit shook the man violently and came out of him with a shriek. The people were all so amazed that they asked each other, "What is this? A new teaching and with authority? He even gives orders to impure spirits and they obey him." News about him spread quickly over the whole region of Galilee. Well, as we do, let's do the surface and then we'll break it down some. Jesus was in Capernaum. He went to Capernaum, and on the Sabbath day, Jesus went to the synagogue and he began to teach. And I would have loved to have been there to hear him teaching. The people were amazed at his teaching, and we all would have been, because he taught them as one who had authority. And Jesus did have authority and continues to have authority. He didn't teach as the teachers of the law because the Word was him. Remember, the Word was God and the Word was with God. He is the Word. Just then a man in the synagogue who was possessed by an impure spirit cried out. It didn't say who the man was. It just said a man was possessed by an impure spirit. And he cried out, "What do you want with us?" This is the spirit speaking. It's not the man speaking. If you listen, it says, just then a man in their synagogue who was possessed by an impure spirit cried out, "What do you want with us, Jesus of Nazareth?" That was the spirit, the impure spirit speaking. "Have you come to destroy us?" That's the impure spirit. They know who he is. And then they even testify, "I know who you are, the Holy One of God." So this spirit not only tells you who Jesus is, he knows who Jesus is. He knows what kind of power he has because he says to him a couple things that would make you nervous. "What do you want with us, Jesus of Nazareth?" They ain't talking to anybody else in the synagogue except Jesus. "What do you want with us, Jesus of Nazareth?" Because they know he has some power. And then when they realize, and they say it in the next verse, you can see that they know of his power because they say, "Have you come to destroy us?" They knew who he was, they knew of his power, and they knew and know that he can destroy them. And then they acknowledge that they know who he is. So they had heard of Jesus. They knew who Jesus was. They knew the power that he possessed. And if the demons are confessing who he is and know of his power, why are we not accepting and understanding who he is and what his power is? Why are we falling for the one who doesn't want you to know who he is? So be quiet, said Jesus sternly. And then he told him, "Come out of him." And he said it hard, "Come out of him." The impure spirit, it shook the man violently. It shook him. And it came out with a shriek. It was uncomfortable. It didn't want to do this, but it had no choice. And the people were all so amazed that they asked each other, "What is this?" You would have said, "What is this? Who is this? Who can tell an impure spirit to come out of a man and it listens?" Well, this impure spirit already told you who he was. "I know who you are, the Holy One of God." That's in verse 24. So the people were like, "Wow, this is amazing." But then a new teaching and with authority. They said, "What is this? A new teaching?" Yes, it was a new teaching. And with authority, yes, with authority. And then they testify about the power of the authority in this teaching. He even gives orders to impure spirits, and they obey him. Power over the supernatural, spiritual. As we said, he was in harmony with the animals, power over nature. All power is his. They knew who he was. They asked, was he coming to destroy them? Because we know who you are. And they had no answer for him. There was nobody they could run to. There was nobody they could call upon. For those that may want to run away from Jesus, there is no other power. You may want to do evil and be with the adversary, but he has no power. He has no victory. And now you see it. He gives orders to the impure spirits and they obey him. They have no choice. We have a choice. We should obey him. And then the news about him spread quickly over the whole region of Galilee. It spread. So the whole region found out that Jesus had cast out an impure spirit while it was in the church. And you should look at it because it would have been amazing. Amen.